The House managers manipulated evidence and selectively edited footage. If this were a court of law, they would face sanctions from the judge. The House managers created false representations of tweets. Now, what's wrong with this image? Look at the date on the very bottom of the screen when we zoom into the picture. The date that appears is January 3rd, 2020, not 2021. Why is that date wrong? Because this is not a real screenshot that he's working with. This is a recreation of a tweet, and you got the date wrong when you manufactured this graphic. But that's not all. Look at the blue check mark next to the Twitter username of the account retweeted by the president. It indicates that this is a verified account, given the blue check by Twitter to indicate it is run by a public figure. The problem? The user's real account is not verified and has no blue check mark. Were you trying to make her account seem more significant, or were you just sloppy? House Manager Swalwell showed you this tweet this week, and he emphasized that this tweet reflected a call to arms. He told you repeatedly that this was a promise to call in the cavalry for January 6th. He expressly led you to believe that President Trump's supporter believed that the president wanted armed supporters at the January 6th speech, paramilitary groups, the cavalry, ready for physical combat. The problem is, the actual text is exactly the opposite. The tweeter promised to bring the Calvary, a public display of Christ's crucifixion, a central symbol of her Christian faith, with her to the president's speech, a symbol of faith, love, and peace. They just never want to seem to read the text and believe what the text means.
Ms. Kendrick, a Democrat, appeared unaware that the term coyote also means a person who smuggles illegal immigrants across the southern U.S. border.
Words matter, they told you, but they selectively edited the president's words over and over again. They manipulated video, time-shifting clips, and made it appear the president's words were playing to a crowd when they weren't. And we are going to walk down to the Capitol. They showed you that part. Why are we walking to the Capitol? Well, they cut that off.
And we're going to cheer on our brave senators and congressmen and women, and we're probably not going to be cheering so much for some of them.
To cheer on some members of Congress and not others, peacefully and patriotically. One of the House managers made much of the president's supposedly ominous words of, "You have to get your people to fight." But you knew what the president really meant. He meant that the crowd should demand action from members of Congress and support primary challenges, not violent action. I know what he meant because I watched the full video, and so did the House managers, but they manipulated his words. You will see where they stopped it, and to give it a very different meaning from the meaning it has in full context. Let's watch.
You have to get your people to fight. He told them.
You have to get your people to fight. And if they don't fight, we have to primary the hell out of the ones that don't fight. You primary them. We're gonna let you know who they are. I could already tell you, frankly.
We heard a lot this week about fight like hell, but they cut off the video before they showed you the president's optimistic, patriotic words that followed immediately after.
We fight like hell. And if you don't fight like hell, you're not going to have a country anymore. Our exciting adventures and boldest endeavors have not yet begun. My fellow Americans, for our movement, for our children, and for our beloved country. And I say this, despite all that's happened, the best is yet to come.
The House managers spoke about rhetoric, about a constant drumbeat of heated language. Well, as I'm sure everyone watching expected, we need to show you some of their own words.
I just don't even know why there aren't uprisings all over the country. Maybe there will be.
The 100th night of protests started off at Ventura Park in southeast Portland. That's when several Molotov cocktails were thrown in the direction of the police line. Overall, police say 59 people were arrested Saturday night. They face charges including riot, interfering with a peace officer, and more.
Well, this is just a warning to you Trumpers. Be careful, walk lightly. And for those of you who are soldiers, make them pay.
There needs to be unrest in the streets for as long as there's unrest in our lives.
You got to be ready to throw a punch. You have to be ready to throw a punch.
Donald Trump, I think he needed to go back and punch him in the face.
That I thought he should have punched him in the face.
I feel like punching him.
I'd like to take him behind the gym if I were in high school. If we were in high school, I'd take him behind the gym and beat the hell out of him.
No, I wish we were in high school. I could take him behind the gym.
I will go and take Trump out tonight.
Take him out now.
Okay. When was the last time an actor assassinated a president?
They're still going to have to go out and put a bullet in Donald Trump.
Show me where it says that protests are supposed to be polite and peaceful.
And you push back on them, and you tell them they're not welcome anymore, anywhere.
I have thought an awful lot about blowing up the White House.
Please, get up in the face of some Congress people.
You have released the whirlwind, and you will pay the price.
If you had to be stuck in an elevator with either President Trump, Mike Pence, or Jeff Sessions, who would it be?
Does one of us have to come out alive?
I promise to fight every single day. I'm a fighter and I'm relentless, but I'm a fighter and I'm relentless. A fighter and I'm relentless. I will fight like hell.
We pick ourselves up and we fight. We stand up and we fight. We do not compromise, not today, not tomorrow, not ever. Or you can stand your ground and fight. We do fight, but we are going to fight. We can whine or we can fight. Me, I'm here to fight. We fight harder, we fight tougher, and we fight more passionately than ever.
The Clinton campaign did rig the presidential nominating process.
Hey, how'd that get in there?
Fight hard for the changes Americans are demanding. Get in the fight. To winning the fight. Fighting. He's fighting. We'll use every tool possible to fight for this change. We'll fight. We'll fight. To fight, fighting hard. Serious about fighting and fight. We got to get on our front foot and fight problems. We call them out and we fight. I'm in this fight. I am fighting. Get in this fight. Get in this fight. Get in this fight. And fighting, we all need to be in the fight. We all need to stay in the fight. We stay in this fight. We fought. I am not afraid of a fight. I am in this fight. You don't get what you don't fight for. Our fight. We are in this fight. This is the fight.
But we are going to make sure that this fight does not end tonight.
This is a fight. It is a fight, and it is a fight that we're going to work. It's a fight. It is a fight. It is a fight, and that's what this fight is for.
And I'll have lots of fights ahead of us, and I'm ready to stand up and keep fighting. We have to fight. We're going to fight. We're going to fight. We need to fight, and we need to fight. We're going to fight. We got a few more fights. I'm going to take the privilege of a few more fights, and we have the biggest fight of all. I will never stop fighting. I will fight like hell to fight back against anyone.
That we are ready to fight.
It's a bare knuckles fight.
Now they're going to have to actually fight people.
The fight has to be conducted.
It's so important that we need to fight.
Fight that fight.
We have been fighting.
I was fighting very hard.
Time is of the essence, both in terms of the fight.
I think we should be fighting.
Well, I really believe we need to fight.
We're going to keep fighting.
This is the fight of our life.
Whose side are you on? Who are you fighting for?
They're fighting, I'm fighting. We're both fighting.
We will fight.
I'm just going to keep the fight up.
What we have to do right now is fight as hard as we can.
We have to rise up and fight.
And so we're going to fight, and we're going to continue to fight.
I am going to be fighting like hell.
Keep fighting, or we kept fighting and we did. So we're going to keep fighting.
We have to be fighting every single day.
We have to fight back, and we have no choice but to do that. I think we're doing the right thing to do that. Fighting.
And I'm fighting.
Well, our job right now is to fight.
It's really important. I'm going to keep fighting.
I'm asking for the support of people across the country to fight back.
And you got to be fierce in fighting. Keep fighting.
Brown have been fighting.
And I will fight like mad.
Now more than ever, we have to fight like hell.
And I'm going to be down there on the floor fighting.
Right. But we Democrats are fighting as hard as we can. Democrats are fighting as hard as we can. But we're fighting back.
What we've got to do is fight in Congress, fight in the courts, fight in the streets, fight online.
For sure, conservatives are being discriminated against on social media, by social media platforms.
Fight at the ballot box.
Fighting and pushing around the clock, fighting and keep fighting. We're getting people engaged in the fight. We're fighting. We've got to keep fighting and continue to fight.
Fight. This is going to be a fight.
We'll also fight him and challenge him in every way that we can, in the Congress, in the courts, and in the streets.
To continue fighting. We each have an important role to play in fighting. In this fight, like so many before it, it has been a fight. The American people are going to have to fight. And about the importance of fighting, I will always fight. Fighting. But we always must fight to fight and to fight. And about the importance of fighting, but we always must fight to fight and to fight. As our willingness to fight continued the fight, as Joe Biden says, to fight. It's about fighting for what we're fighting for. We will tell them about what we did to fight. Really about a fight. But truly, I do believe that we're in a fight. I believe that we are in a fight. I believe we are in a fight. I believe we are in a fight. So there's a fight in front of us. A fight for all of these things. And so we're prepared to fight for that. We know how to fight. Our ongoing fight of fight. We
know how to fight. We like a good fight. We were born out of a fight. This is what is our fight right now.
There's the fight, there's the fight, there's the fight, and then there's the fight to defend. Back in the fight.
Our mission is to fight. That is the guiding purpose of House Democrats, fighting. He has never forgotten who he is fighting for. Marched and fought, and we just have to fight. But this is a fight for our country.
I led the fight and continue to fight. Never, never, never give up this fight. It means not only fighting a leader who fought for progressive change, as a lawyer who fought for people his whole life, as well as other fights. And I'm proud that to have Tim in this fight with me. And above all, it's time for America to get back up and once again fight.
We will fight when we must fight.
What kind of America are we fighting for? We've been fighting, so we need to fight, but we also need to fight for an America.
I am going to wake up every day and fight hard. I have been fighting. We're going to fight. We are going to fight. We're going to fight. We're going to fight. And I will fight.
We're in the fight of our lives right now.
We fight like hell to fight.
To fight.
Fight against the Trump administration. Democrats are standing up to fight. We're in this fight in a serious way.
It's your fight.
We're eager to take on this fight. Get in this fight, and we'll fight it out. I have taken on the fight.
Our job is to fight.
Who has led us in this fight?
Is to fight for this fight.
And every day I'm in the United States Senate, I will fight.
And one of the things we do is fight, should fight.
Because my constituents send me here each and every day to fight.
We have been fighting this fight, and we need to be side by side so we can succeed. And so I hope that you will all join us in our fight. And if we fight, I will never stop fighting, and we can fight.
My fight, those fights to fight an administration
requiring us to fight, and fight we will. Their fight, and their fight, and their fight. The fight is a fight, and so when we fight the fight that we are in, when we are fighting this fight, we fight this fight, we will fight, and we will fight, we will fight the fight, we will fight, we are in a fight, the fight, it is a fight, and it is a fight born out of patriotism. This is a fight fighting. I say fight on, fight on, fight on, fight on.
Every single one of you, please stop the hypocrisy.
The hypocrisy and double standards are endless, but since they don't show you that in the press, they must not exist.
It's the dumbing down of America because of our media.